Hey there, fellow economics enthusiasts. Tonight we're diving into the fascinating world of the Philippine economy. Can this Southeast Asian nation, known for its beautiful beaches and even more beautiful people, actually achieve a $1 trillion economy by 2033? That's the question on everyone's mind. And frankly, ours too. The Philippines has been turning heads with its recent economic growth spurt. It's like watching a scrappy underdog finally get their moment in the sun. And honestly, who doesn't love an underdog story? With a massive and young population, a strategic location in the heart of Southeast Asia, and a treasure trove of natural resources, the Philippines seems to have all the ingredients for economic success. But hold your horses. Before we start planning the victory parade, let's not forget that achieving a $1 trillion economy is no walk in the park, even if that park happens to be in the breathtaking Banaue rice terraces. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and there's a whole obstacle course along the way. We're talking about serious challenges like creaky infrastructure, an education system in dire need of a tune-up, and a business environment that can be, shall we say, less than welcoming to foreign investors. So buckle up, folks, because we're about to dissect the Philippine economy, warts and all. We'll examine its potential, its challenges, and whether it can overcome the odds to claim its place among the world's economic powerhouses. By the end of this, you'll be dropping Philippine economic facts at cocktail parties like a pro. Or at least impressing that cute barista who never remembers your name. And who knows, maybe you'll even inspire someone to take a closer look at this vibrant and dynamic economy. So, let's get started on this exciting journey together. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks, or should we say, Philippine pesos. The currency that tells the story of a nation's economic health. The country's recent economic performance has been nothing short of impressive, a true testament to its resilience and potential. We're talking about GDP growth rates that would make even the most jaded economists crack a smile, a rare sight indeed. In 2023, the Philippines blew past expectations, clocking in at a very respectable 5.6% GDP growth, a figure that many countries can only dream of. And hold on to your hats, because the projections for 2024 are even rosier, with the World Bank predicting a robust 5.8%. And AMRO, not to be outdone, forecasting a whopping 6.3%. These numbers are not just statistics, they represent real progress and opportunities. But wait, there's more. The good news doesn't stop there. The good news doesn't stop there. The economic engine is firing on all cylinders. Remember those unemployment woes that have been plaguing countries worldwide? The Philippines seems to have cracked the code, turning a global issue into a local triumph. Well, the Philippines seems to have cracked the code. In November 2024, the employment rate hit a jaw-dropping 96.4%. In November 2024, the employment rate hit a jaw-dropping 96.4%, leaving unemployment at a minuscule 3.6%. Leaving unemployment at a minuscule 3.6%. That's right, folks, in the Philippines, finding a job is about as difficult as ordering a halo on a hot day. That's right, folks, in the Philippines, finding a job is about as difficult as ordering a halo on a hot day. And speaking of sweet deals, a whopping 63% of Philippine businesses are planning to expand their workforce in the next year. So, all those talented Filipinos out there, get those resumes ready, because the job market is about to get even hotter. Opportunities are knocking and it's time to answer. But before we get too carried away with all this economic sunshine and rainbows, let's remember that even the shiniest car needs regular maintenance. And the Philippine economy, while undoubtedly impressive, is not without its share of engine troubles. Challenges remain, and they must be addressed to sustain this growth. Buckle up, folks, because the road to a $1 trillion economy is paved with potholes and we're about to hit a few bumps. But with careful navigation and strategic planning, the journey can be as rewarding as the destination. So, as we move forward, let's keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel, ready to steer through any obstacles that come our way. Now let's talk about a topic that's near and dear to every commuter's heart: infrastructure. It's the backbone of any thriving economy, the veins through which the lifeblood of commerce and daily life flows, or rather, the lack thereof. The state of infrastructure can make or break a nation's progress. You see, dear viewers, the Philippines, despite its economic strides, still grapples with an infrastructure deficit that would make even the most patient driver consider taking up knitting. The roads are often riddled with potholes and the traffic congestion is legendary. Imagine this: you're trying to get across Manila, a city more densely populated than a beehive during honey season, and you're stuck in traffic that makes rush hour in Times Square look like a leisurely Sunday drive. The sheer volume of vehicles and the narrow streets create a perfect storm of gridlock. Not exactly a recipe for economic efficiency, is it? The time lost in traffic translates to lost productivity and increased stress for commuters. The country's roads, ports, and airports are often clogged, making it a logistical nightmare to move goods and people efficiently. This congestion hampers economic growth and makes it difficult for businesses to operate smoothly. It's like trying to run a marathon with your shoelaces tied together. Frustrating, to say the least. The inefficiencies in the system slow down progress and create bottlenecks. This not only drives up transportation costs but also throws a wrench in the gears of industries that rely on timely deliveries. Delays become the norm rather than the exception. Forget just-in-time inventory, we're talking about just-in-time if you're lucky inventory. Businesses struggle to keep their shelves stocked and meet customer demands. And as if that weren't enough, the Philippines' infrastructure is also incredibly vulnerable to natural disasters, which, let's be honest, are about as common in this part of the world as spam musubi in Hawaii. The frequent typhoons and earthquakes wreak havoc on already fragile systems. Typhoons, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, you name it, the Philippines has probably experienced it. Each disaster leaves a trail of destruction that takes years to rebuild. And every time disaster strikes, it's not just homes and livelihoods that are destroyed, but also critical infrastructure, setting the country back economically and making that trillion-dollar dream seem as distant as a stable Wi-Fi connection in a tropical storm. The cycle of destruction and rebuilding is a significant hurdle to sustain progress. So, what's it like to navigate the business environment here? Is it a maze of red tape or a welcoming red carpet? Well, let's dive into the realities. The government has been making significant strides to streamline processes, aiming to cut through the bureaucratic hurdles. But challenges still exist. Entrepreneurs often find themselves facing delays and complex procedures. However, the ongoing reforms are promising, and with persistence, the landscape is gradually improving. It's a mix of both, really, but the direction is definitely positive. So the big question is, will the government's plans actually deliver on their promises? It's a complex issue, and there are many factors at play. From policy implementation to economic conditions, everything needs to align perfectly. But if executed well, the potential for growth is immense. Only time will tell if these plans will come to fruition. Now, what do the experts have to say about this? Many economists believe that the Philippines is on the right track. They see the government's initiatives as a positive step towards sustainable development. However, some caution that there are risks involved, such as global economic fluctuations and domestic political stability. In essence, expert opinions are cautiously optimistic, but they stress the importance of continuous monitoring and adjustment. The Philippines faces numerous challenges, from natural disasters to political uncertainties. But can the country weather these storms? Historically, the resilience of the Filipino people has been remarkable. With the right strategies and support systems in place, the nation can navigate these obstacles. It won't be easy, but the potential rewards make the effort worthwhile. So, what does the road ahead look like for the Philippines? It's a path filled with opportunities and challenges. The key will be to maintain a balance between growth and sustainability. By leveraging its strengths and addressing its weaknesses, the Philippines can carve out a prosperous future. The journey may be long, but the destination holds great promise.